Hello Virgo, welcome to your weekly reading. This is going to be your reading for the week of the 19th going to the 25th of July. So we'll have a little look together and see what's going on for you. So I'm going to go straight into the channeled messages for the earth signs, and then we'll go towards your own reading in just a second. So for the earth signs this week, there was some very clear messages that came through from spirit, and one being, okay, there's a few important ones. One being that if you have had an emotional few weeks recently of where you haven't been quite sure where this is coming from and why you feel a certain way, what's coming in is the end of that and the beginning of more creativity, more ambition. You know, the flame is coming back for any of you who have lost it, or, you know, been out of touch with yourself, been out of touch with, you know, your creativity and stuff like that. It is a big indicator that you have previously been through a bit of a burnout. But the great thing about it is within this week, you are going to start to see things coming back, which is always nice. So that's good. I actually feel like there is a lot more movement happening within this week as well, which is nice. Fast-paced movement, which is nice as well. It feels like immediately you're stepping back into yourself, Virgo, and we like it. I think there's new things around you, which is really nice. Or one thing I wanted to mention, and it goes nicely into the next message, like the revival of an old thing is coming back into your life. Now, this can be relationships, but it has a lot more to do with creativity. It has a lot more to do with your work, to do with your passions, to do with who, like how you feel on the inside and who you are. So we're kind of getting our mojo back, and I like it. For some of you, it may be relationships. It wasn't on the forefront here, but I know for some of you, it will apply that way of, you know, an old love coming back that, you know, we've always wanted. That will only be for those of you who want the love and it was a healthy love. I don't see any toxic shit this week, which is nice. Always great. But it just means your toxic ex isn't coming back, which is good as well, now that we're thinking about it. So there was something about resurrecting old things, and I actually saw like plants that were dying. We're now looking after them. And a big key theme of the week, actually, and it was quite interesting that they showed me this, was to do with love. So it's funny because we're not as emotional, but we are a lot more loving this week towards ourselves, towards others. And for a lot of you, you're understanding that we need to be a lot more loving towards certain things that we may not have been in the past, you know, whether it's a job, whether it's a business, whether it's for ourselves. We may have let something go a little bit, which isn't a bad thing, because I think we're bringing it back within this week. We've learned a lot about nurturing something and giving it that care and attention that it needs for it to blossom and grow. That could be kids, that can be projects, that can be anything. And speaking of projects, actually, what they did show me as well was there's going to be a lot more research being done within this week for a project or for some kind of I think I'm going to call it a project, because I think it's going to be different for everybody. Some of you I see it's like home, others of you I see it's like a business plan. I'm actually seeing architecture coming through as well, like actual like crafting. Anyways, there's a lot going on, but a big project coming up for you guys, which looks very rewarding in time. Maybe not this week, but definitely within the next few weeks that are to come. So a lot of research is going to be done around this time for it as well. I'd be careful of who you're telling your business to, Virgo, within this week. Not that it's a bad thing. I don't think anyone's out to get you, but you just don't want, I think it's better to be kept quiet, you know. Virgo, you like to work behind the scenes anyways, so I think that's when you really pay more attention to it. There was something that I read like years ago that said when you speak things out loud, your mind thinks you've already done it, so you don't have that motivation to do it anymore. So maybe this is something that we need to look into for the week. I do see us manifesting love, but this is where it was 50-50. Some of you, it will be relationships, but I know for the majority of Virgos, it's more to do with just bringing love into your everyday life, you know, which will end up manifesting love, by the way. So if you don't want it, it's likely to come if you're doing that. If you do want it, then again, loving yourself, putting love into the universe, tending to the plants, tending to people, you know, helping others. When you're using love, which we all have within us, by the way, no matter how hurt we are, by using love, you can actually manifest some really great things for yourself and for everyone around you, which is what it feels like. Anyways, we like it. Bringing something old back into your present reality seems to be the overall theme. But anyways, let's go into a reading here, Virgo, and see what is going on for you. I'm going to use this deck, I think, to see what's going on. She's a bit mellow today, Virgo. Zeta's a bit mellow. Not in a bad thing. Do you know what it is? I've been having a lot of anxiety recently, and it's not exactly is it a bad thing? I've just been playing music to help me out. I don't know what it is. Camera shy? Let's see for Virgos for the week. So I'm taking it easy. Right, we have Six of Cups. That's exactly what I'm speaking about. The old is coming back. Now, this doesn't have to be to do with relationships, although for some of you, it will be a message coming through from the ex. But for the majority of you, this is just really about bringing, it's nostalgia at the end of the day. It's bringing back old memories and maybe old friends. You might be meeting up with people who you haven't seen for years, The Six of Cups comes in, and this actually feels quite good. This feels as though there's a lot of chatter going around. You might be networking, communicating with people, Virgo. This also feels like you could be doing old hobbies and old things that you used to really enjoy. So this is a really lovely card to be coming out, especially because of the channeled messages that came up for you. This is also a really good time of giving and receiving. By the way, it's really going to help you feel more connected to people. Which if you have been feeling disconnected, then again, this is a really good card for that. Let's talk about these two cards that have just come out. We have the Three of Swords, Queen of Pentacles. So there's something we're hurt about. What is it, Virgo? I don't want to talk about heartbreak. So we have the Queen of Pentacles, and we also have the Page of Wands clarifying this. So we could be hearing something from the past that we might not enjoy hearing within this week. But we also have the Nine of Cups. So I don't think this thing that comes during the week is actually going to bring you down too much. I do feel like it might show you some things that you still need to heal within yourself. All right, because it's very likely that you're going to hear this person through others. This is a gossiping card. Could also be through social media and stuff like that. You're hearing something that might not be exactly happy news. Okay, about someone from the past, about family, about friends, about old lovers. With the Queen of Pentacles here, this is representing you. But the Nine of Cups, we're getting wish fulfillment, and that email meant it. That email came through as well, which is a nice little bell and a ring when we need it. We have the Magician too. This feels like you're manifesting something coming through for you. I'm hoping it's not this message, because if you are wanting a message from an ex who's hurt you, you could be getting what you wish for, but it's not going to be what you thought. So just be careful, okay? Now let's talk about the Nine of Cups and move away from that message. Here we got the Sun. So we have some really incredible things coming through for you. This looks like good news also. So yeah, the good news and the bad news, Virgo. Which one do you want first? I always say bad news first. And it might even be the case for you this week, because we have the Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment, happiness, and the Sun card, which is basically exactly that too. Positivity, shining in a spotlight here, guys. We like this. This looks really nice for you, Virgo. There looks like some positive news coming in, positive results coming in for you. I also feel like we're learning a lesson, a very deep, intense lesson as well. And we're kind of getting a zest for life again. I kind of see this as us exploding, like our heart is exploding here, which is so interesting. This is being brought on by healing. Maybe for some of you, it will be this message here that comes in, tells you something you don't really want to hear, whatever that might be. But it's going to almost motivate you and launch you into getting what it is that you've been working for and working towards, and your wish fulfillment. Because the Temperance card comes in and says patience. It's also about healing. It's also about the universe and the angels doing things behind the scenes for you that you can't yet see, but it feels like energetically something is on its way. Some of you might actually see it within this week of a wish fulfillment coming to life, being in a spotlight a little bit more, gaining that attention that you guys might have been working towards, depending on what it is that you do for your career. But I see some really amazing things coming through for you. Let's talk about the Sun, please. Yeah, see, I can see the number 6 in this card, and it's coming out here with the Six of Pentacles. Now, this is good, Virgo, because this is your card. You are shining up in the spotlight here because of the work that you've been putting in. We like it. This is a good card for work, career, 6th house energy, also for health. So for any of you who have been going through health issues or been worried about your health, within this week, you are going to start to hear some very positive news in terms of healing, in terms of balancing things out again. Any work that you guys are doing on a daily basis, basis, any routines, any hobbies, any skills you're trying to improve on, this is also a really good sign for you to actually be finding some results within that as well. So we like this. I feel like we need to pay attention to our routine a little bit more here, Virgo, because I think this is going to help you balance things out if you have been feeling attached to some kind of old energy. The Emperor, gaining control. We like that. The Moon. What is this? Oh, that is way too many cards. Who's this Emperor, please, Spirit? 10 of Cups. Okay, and a couple more cards. The Judgment and the 8 of Wands. Okay. This is that emotional aspect I could see in the channeled messages for you guys. It's almost like we're going from being so confused, feeling a little bit lost even about where the F am I taking my life? I normally swear. Why didn't I do it this time? Some of you don't want to hear it, huh? Like, where am I even going? Because this always reminds me of maybe making a choice here, but definitely feeling a little bit lost and confused about where am I supposed to go in life. And the thing is, you've been trying to connect to Spirit a little bit more here, Virgo. You've been trying to listen out to what Spirit's trying to say, paying attention to all the signs. The thing is, I feel like there is still too much noise going on around you, whether it's your own opinions flying around your mind. Really pay some time to, take some time to meditate a little bit, Virgo. This could help you really connect to yourself a little bit more because it quiets the mind so the soul can speak. But it's there. I like this energy. As much as this combination is quite hard to deal with at the time, we have the 10 of Cups, which is about that happiness. So not only are we getting wish fulfillment, we're being able to spread this happiness to others and gain that balance of our emotions. We have the 8 of Wands, which is about forward movement. Now, these two came out together, so I like to speak about them together because they go quite nicely, right? This is about ending old cycles and really finally moving forward. Some of you are getting a closure that you needed. Some of you, it may be through this message that is going to trigger you a little bit, and you're like, why am I still triggered? Then you fix it, which is good. But for others of you, it's about giving yourself that closure by understanding, I don't need them to come back to me to apologize or whatever I'm expecting, just so that I can live a life that I want to live. Because sometimes soul ties and whatever this is can really, whatever this news is, it's likely to kind of pull at a heartstring. As you can see, the 3 of Swords, and this might be why we're feeling a little bit confused recently, but like, where am I even going in live life? I feel a lot of you are in control though, and that's probably what you don't realize is that you get to choose. With that Emperor, you're in control. You're just worried about making the wrong step, right? Which I understand. Clarity is going to come in, all right? The clear vision is going to come in for you guys. Maybe through communications with others, okay? Or just through, again, you just kind of calling the shots here, picking the right one, choosing to be happy, and moving forward with that very, very speedily, can I say? The 8 of Wands is really about a forward rush. And the Judgment is really about closing that old cycle out completely as well. One thing I also want to mention, they want me to bring back the Emperor here. This is you and your power. I don't think you quite realize that you have achieved so much, Virgo, and you are still going to achieve so much more. Don't let this period of confusion and worry distract you from the fact that you are fully in control of your life and where you're going next. And the success that you're going to build on yourself, which I think that you are. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Spirit. I didn't even realize that. Can you see? This guy's got the things behind him. So for a lot of you, any choices or any kind of worries, or maybe even some of the time it's like, I want this, but I also want that. So where do I go? What do I pick first? How do I get both of them? You are going to eventually actually get both of them. Plus also, I'm hearing so many things. If these are 2 blockages in your way, whether it's people, situations, or things that you just don't know how to handle, how to deal with, I can almost see we are going to definitely overcome them. But you can see in this one, she's looking at it. Whereas in this one, you've immersed yourself into the challenges so that you can see it. So I think for a lot of you, you are kind of having this time within this week to look at your issues, your blockages, your issues, your challenges from an outside view, which could be through meditation or dream state, so that you can then immerse yourself in it and kind of get things rolling, get things moving. Which actually makes sense because we did have that in the channeled messages. I forgot to mention it because I forgot to write it down. There was almost this thing about no longer thinking. You're getting a bit sick up here. You know, it's just not working out for you. So it's now about taking action. You can use that to look at the things that you want to do, the things that you want to pursue. This can also be not just blockages, but projects of yours that you want to bring to life, manifestations. You're just looking at it from an outside point of view, like, how am I going to even make this work? Well, you have to take control. You got to get in there. You got to do it. You got to take the first step, which is owning it, bitch. Okay, anything else for Virgo? We have the Knight of Cups. Maybe an invitation coming in for you guys. We have the Justice card, could be from a Libra. It attacked me. Be careful of the bugs. I don't know why I felt that, but anyway, we have the Tower at the bottom of the deck. Now we also have the Empress, so don't let any legal issue or anything like that get in the way of what you're building for yourself, okay? Because with the Tower, this also means evolution to me. You're evolving into the Empress of Virgo, which still has obstacles. This doesn't mean you're free, but it does mean you feel free despite the things going on around you, which means, Virgo, you're finding inner peace that's going to last despite external surroundings or external influences. There we go. So we have the Knight of Cups coming through with the Justice card, which feels like a contract is being offered towards you here, Virgo. This is someone who wants to work with you, someone wants to be with you, okay? With the Justice card, it's about contracts, a working, a blend is the word that they're bringing to me. Now we have the Hermit and the Seven of Wands, which is your energy, Virgo. You're the Hermit, right? This feels like we're resisting something. If it is love, it feels like there could be potentially people around you who do want to, you know, see you, Virgo, want to take you out. It just feels like you're not ready. Maybe because of this, Virgo. Maybe just because you want to be alone for a little bit so you can work on yourself. Makes sense. I would say accept help when you need help from others as well, Virgo. You can't do everything alone. I mean, sure you can, Virgo. Of course you can, but it doesn't mean that you should. Okay? Because you're just going to become very tired. Look at all this against you. And I know you can do it. You're ready to defeat the challenges by yourself. But if there's a friend or someone around you who wants to help you, at least someone that you can vent to, is still worth doing it, okay? I think you can get too lonely sometimes, Virgo, and it can lead to, you know, mild depression or maybe even worse. Virgos do well by themselves, but they do need the groundedness of a community. That's what I'm going to say. Anything else that I can see coming up with the Knight of Cups here? Should I pull one last card on it? Some of you Virgos, I actually feel like this could be you. And they're almost showing me this is part of that evolution that I could see. Because I can see here, sorry for not showing the cards, by the way, but I like to look at them too. Okay. What can I see? I can see for some of you, you are kind of trying to pull yourself out of emotionally feeling intense. Because there is this intensity with the Knight of Cups that I can see from this card. I don't normally get this kind of message in the Rider-Waite deck. From this one, I do see that there is a little bit of an emotional imbalance, which is nice because we do have a balance coming back with this, which is awesome. And I do see you kind of getting back to business and getting things rolling again, you know, fighting for things. So for a lot of you, Virgo, I do get this warrior energy inside you. I'm not even going to say this lightly. I really feel like a lot of you will make anything work if you put your mind to it. And this is a great time to put your mind to it and balance out this emotional situation that's been going on in your life the last few weeks. There's been a lot of emotions involved. And this is that fire and water fighting energy that I can see. The need to balance out this warrior energy that's passionate, determined, ambitious, to want to get things done and want to live the life that they want to live. But also this Knight of Cups that does actually look quite stagnant in this reading from this card alone. In comparison to this, This one's like more of a movement. This is more of a dwelling. So I think we're overcoming any dwelling and really looking at things from a higher perspective. Could be teaching others, could be mentoring others here, Virgo, or you could be the student here, but the Hermit does represent almost guiding yourself as well. All right. Anyways, this reading's gone on for way too long. I see this being a good week, okay? I feel like you need to be present this week. And also there's a couple of things I want to mention about making sure that we stretch. All right? Please. This body is a temple, okay? You need to look after it, especially as we age, which we all do. It's really important to make sure that we are still in use of our body, make sure we get a bit mobile, all right? Whether it's just stretching, yoga, or anything like that, I think it could be very important for you. I don't mean to go crazy with it. I think even just 5 minutes a day is enough. But if you want to go crazy with it, live your life, Virgo. What else was I seeing before? I think that's it, really. Just look after yourself. Be present within this week, Virgo, and get shit sorted, which I think you're going to do anyways. You've come a long way. Remember that, okay? I love you, and I will see you guys next time, okay?